With my Sigma tapered blending brush, I'm gonna go ahead and, and I'm using the Natasha Denona Safari palette. I forgot the name, even though it's right there. And this is a great fall or everyday neutral, but not that neutral, but cool neutrals, but not like cool tone, but like cool as in awesome. And I am going to be taking Aya with the Sigma tapered blending brush and apply that to my whole lid. And this is just to smooth out or help the eyeshadows that I put on later on blend out very, very nicely. So I like to put it extra on the brow bone area, but I gently pat it onto my lid. So I want to go for a very fall look because it's fall, and I'm gonna take Amhara, which is this shade right here, and with my Smith 232 brush, I'm gonna apply that to the outer area of my eye. Now I don't really know what I'm doing, but I kind of have an idea. So I'm just sweeping that back and forth and meeting my eyelid halfway and just smoking that out in the middle, but lightly touching my lid to blend. And I'm dragging some of that excess eyeshadow on my lower lash line. I love this palette. This is really nice. And then next I'll be taking this shade from the palette. I don't know how to say it, so I'm not even gonna try. I don't want to butcher it. And then I'll be taking my Smith 230 brush, and I'm gonna focus that color in my outer V area. And I really just want to focus around this area. I want it to get lighter than darker, so it gives me kind of like a cat eye, like sucked up look. No, a very pinched look. So I put a lot on this brush, so I like to tap it in to where I want it. I usually like to do that with darker colors. Create a V and then start moving it around and blending. I've been really loving this palette so far. This is my first Natasha Denona palette. It's pretty pricey, very expensive, and I'm learning that her palettes are always consistently this price. But I was at Sephora the other day. Sephora? Why did I say it that weird? And I think it's her gold palette. I don't know. It was one that's new, and it was at the forefront of the storefront, and I saw the gold shade. It went directly to it, and I went to go swatch it, and it was probably the best gold eyeshadow that has ever touched my skin. So I don't know how to live my life without that palette, but I'm gonna try. I don't need it. And doing what I do best, and what I like to do best, is diffuse my crease with the good old Sigma tapered blending brush. I'm just gonna lightly touch the edges of my eyeshadow line. Just lightly just kissing the skin and blending out those harsh lines. And I don't have any product on this brush. I'm just blending out the crease. And if there's like a place where I see like right here, there's a little bit too much color. I don't want that color to go that high. I just take a little bit of Aya and then pass that over. Kind of diffuse that color. I kind of like the way this looks now. I don't really want to change it. Should I add something to the... You know, I think I will. You know, I'm going to do that. I'm going to take my Smith 235 brush and I'm going to take Lotus, which is going to go great. Ooh, maybe not. Maybe I'll take Malia. You know, I'm going to take Malia. It's a light, very, very light pink. I don't know if you can see it. Hold on, let me get in frame. Yeah. This shade right here. And if it doesn't show up like I want, I'm going to put this color on top, which is Lotus. But I think this is just light enough. So I'm applying that to the inner corner area and then dragging that color lightly, blending that with that color Amhara. Okay, yeah, I like that. So I'm going to stick with Malia or Malia. So I'm concentrating that color on the inner corners, making sure it's marinating well with my skin. And then lightly brushing that over. Amhara, the shade I blended in the midway section. I know people like to use the word let your foundation oxidize or eyeshadow oxidize. I call it marinate. Okay, I like that. And I'm going to do the same thing to the inner corner area. Just a slightly. So I believe I'm good on eyeshadow. Now for the eyeliner. So for eyeliner, I'm going to choose one of these liquid lipsticks from Ink of Elation. Okay, so I literally had to look up how to pronounce this. But it's in the shade Mezzanotte. And it's really, really pretty. It's like a, how would you explain this? Like a deep, deep muted plum. I really like that. So I'm going to use that as eyeliner. And I think that's going to go really well with my eye look. Did I say I was gonna do a fall look? Pah. We took a turn. You know what? No. We're going fall. This is like a jewel toned plum look. Plums are in the fall, winter region. Is it? You know what? Wear whatever you want in the fall. I'm gonna call this a fall look. Kiss my booty. So I have zoomed you in a little bit. And what I do is I take the product and I put a little bit on, just one little dollop on my hand, and I work off the back of my hand. So let's see. I'm going to take this Bellaterra eyeliner brush. It's an angled brush. And let's see. Just dipping it in the product. Kind of getting it on both sides of the brush and wiping any excess. All right, wish me luck. shouldn't use this brush. I'm gonna use another brush. You suck, brush. It usually works well with gel liners, but I guess for a liquid liner, it's not that good. Okay, going back in, I'm using this brush. It's an eyeliner brush. It doesn't have a name, so I don't remember where it came from, but you can find a lot of brushes like this. Places. And when it comes to using liquid lipsticks as an eyeliner, I like to let it dry first before I put a second coat, as you would with putting on lipstick or liquid lipstick on your lips. Also, make sure to clean your brush before you work on the other eye, otherwise you're going to be working with a dry brush and your eyeliner application won't be as smooth as this eye. Know what I'm saying? And what I like to do to clean my brush really quick is use some alcohol. And yes, it does dry off the brush, but it's great for just quickly cleaning off a brush. And this eyeliner brush has seen some better days, so I'm not too worried about it. Okay, the eyeliner, they look like sisters, but not twins. They look related. So for mascara, I'm going to be using Benefit's Roller Lash, which is my favorite mascara. The wand is curved, and the mascara is great. I got a miniature one at Ulta for I think $13. And then bottom lashes. And now for lashes, I'm going to be taking Ardell's Wispy lashes, but they're the doubled up ones, so it's stacked wispy. So it's basically two wispies in one eyelash. I don't know if you can see. I really like it a lot. I like how it just fans out towards the ends, giving it a cat eye look. But the only thing I don't like about these lashes is they're, hold on, let me see. They're really blunt at the ends. They're not tapered at the ends, like those faux mink lashes, which everyone really likes because they look natural. These just obviously are like so, ooh, but I like them, so, and they're affordable. I also like how user-friendly they are, so if you're a beginner at putting on lashes, I recommend using Ardell Wispies because you're gonna like the way you look, I guarantee it. To glue on my lashes, I'm using Duo's brush-on adhesive, which is comparable to the House of Lashes brush-on glue. But you can get it at pretty much anywhere, like Target, Walmart. I like to put extra glue on the ends, because those are the parts that tend to lift up. And also sometimes the ends can be a little pokey because of how blunt the cut is. And it dries relatively quickly, which I like a lot, because Duo, just the regular Duo lash glue, oh my god, takes forever. And then you cry a little bit, or like your eyes get wet on the inner corner and that just your lash is gone, it's lifted. So this, you know your lash is going to stay on the whole day. And that's what I need. And for lips, I'm going to be using the same shade I used for my eyeliner, just to match the scheme, the color scheme. Ooh. Oh, it's glitter. Why did I say ooh to glitter? Blasphemy. Alright you guys, so that's it for this tutorial and review of the Ink of Elation liquid lips. I hope you liked this video, and I will see you in my next tutorial or video or whatever.